Hey guys, it's me, your girl Stasia Star. Welcome back to Stasia Star Daily, your go-to place for everything makeup, beauty, fashion, the level up journey, love and relationships, and anything that maintains and pertains to the modern day woman. As always, thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and I'm so happy to connect with you guys on another video. So today's topic of the video is going to be focused around love and relationships. A huge part or a certain part of the level up journey is relationships. You could do all this work on yourself. You can change your body, you can diet, you can make all the money in the world, you can get the nicest designer clothes, you can get the nice house, the nice apartment, the gorgeous car. But the true epitome of a leveled up woman is how she feels about herself on the inside and the relationship she engages in on the outside. So there are a lot of women who look beautiful, who have money, who have great careers, but they date men who are not on their level, men who disrespect them, and men who treat them as if they are an option. Now, I am someone who has done this certain times in my past, so I'm definitely not coming on here to judge you guys and act like I've always made the best decisions. But as always, I say that I speak from experience, and I'm not talking at you, I'm talking with you, okay? You know, they always say that you can really tell how a woman feels about herself based on the man or the people she chooses to entertain and date romantically. So there's so much conversation on social media about men and women. It almost seems like sometimes we're at war, but here our mind clear and we make the best decisions from the inside out. So a lot of you guys might know, or you might not be familiar with, that I do have an online fashion spiritual wellness shop, www.rebelheart.com. I am going to be uploading new inventory, drop 2, which will be new accessories, a new hoodie design, as well as new wellness tools like sage, incense, gemstone bracelets, things of that nature. If you're ever interested, feel free to check out, but I will post a video for you guys with next inventory drops in a few weeks. And so I bring that up to say that I am an energy reader and I do provide spiritual counsel to people all over the world. Work with numerous women and men all over the world, advising them on their energy and how they can heal some things internally to live their very best life. But I will say most of my clientele is women, and most of the women are beautiful, successful, they're ambitious, they're motivated, they have very full lives, they're very bright, they're lovely individuals. But the one thing they typically struggle in is love. And I know a lot of women can relate to that. With that being said, one thing I have really realized that kind of is streamlined throughout all of my clients, or most of my women clients, is that a lot of them are stuck on the wrong type of men. A lot of them are waiting for a man to choose them. A lot of them are looking behind them rather than looking forward. A lot of them are waiting for the guy who ignores them to finally say, "I love you." These are brilliant, amazing women who probably could get any man they wanted, but for some reason, they're heavily fixated on the man who acts like they don't even exist. And because of that, I wanted to do this video today. So let's get into the topic for today's video. Is it love or limerence? 5 ways to tell if you're holding on to someone who you need to let go. And I do want to say that love, of course, should not be the focal of your level up journey. But let's be real. A lot of women are looking to eventually find a partner. And I really just hate to see women stick around and invest their time and energy for a man who is clearly, or even sometimes not clearly, showing them that they are not interested in them. You waste so much of your good years, of your energy, of your beauty, of your essence, pouring your time into someone who literally is not even giving you the time of day, or who is not showing up for you in the way that you truly deserve. I'll say this about myself. I knew I was really walking into my fully leveled up self, or really reaching another level, I'll say, when I really got sick and tired and actually was turned off by men who did not show me adequate attention, quality time, or did not affirm my value. Not saying that I was seeking external validation, but I really used to kind of waste my time with guys trying to see how they felt about me, trying to see if they were going to take things to the next level. At this age, I would literally not even give a man the time of day if he's not actively showing me that he wants to invest in a serious relationship with me. It doesn't mean that we can't be friends. It doesn't mean that we can't be colleagues or associates, but I will definitely not waste my time and energy, and I certainly won't feel bad about myself or take myself off the market from other men that are probably looking for a woman like me. I'll say this. You know you really love yourself when you get seriously turned off with the slightest sign of disrespect. So, what is limerence? Limerence is a psychological obsession, but it doesn't have to be as intense as obsession. It can just be a serious focus internally with another person, characterized by intense or very, very heavy infatuation and/or longing. Often, limerence shows up without the other person's reciprocation. This is often described as infatuation or serious longing beyond typical romantic attraction. This can involve feelings of dependency and a serious desire for a relationship with that person. So why is this important to the level up journey? A lot of women are fixated on a man who is not showing up for them. Even if you're in a relationship with that person, if the energy is not being reciprocated, you might be in a state of limerence, creating this story in their mind that this is the man that they want. And they're trying their best to get this person's attention, maybe putting themselves out there too much, maybe they're chasing this person. And honestly, it just takes away from the divine feminine energy. When you are in the state as a woman or a feminine energy of constantly longing, chasing, desiring a masculine, you are in turn stepping into the masculine role. The divine feminine energy is the receiver. She sits, she knows her value, she knows her worth, and her crown is always adjusted. She isn't chasing after someone who's not texting, who's not replying. And if she does reach out and doesn't get a response, she's not going to lose her mind and feel like she's invaluable because of that. She's going to dust it off and move on with her life. Divine feminine knows her value and does not seek it externally. She knows that she's the prize, she knows that she's the blessing, and she knows that she is highly attractive and highly sought after. So that is why this is very important to the leveled up journey, because you can do all that work on your outside, you can do all those regimens, but if you don't get your mind right and you don't get your heart right, you will continue to be in this repetitive cycle when it comes to your dealings with men. So let's jump into step 1. Check the reciprocity. Ask yourself, am I chasing him or are we meeting in the middle? Real love is mutual. Real attraction is mutual. Calls, care, dates, and consistency. Limerence is longing, fantasizing, and romanticizing something in your head that has not really been completed in the 3D. And I'm not trying to be mean and I'm not trying to be hurtful. I'm literally saying this with love because, ladies, when I tell you I have been here. I literally had a whole husband in my head and this man would not even answer my phone calls, child. Ladies, stop craving crumbs. If you're doing 90% of the emotional labor, it's not love, it's hope. There's a mini task to address this. Write down what you've done to maintain the connection and what they've done. If they don't add up, it might be time to move on. Step number 2, check your emotional state. Love feels secure. Limerence feels anxious. Do you feel calm, grounded, and respected? Or do you feel addicted, nervous, and constantly questioning where you stand with this man? This isn't passion. This can certainly be a trauma response. Mini task. Journal how you feel after interactions with them. Do you feel energized or do you feel drained? Step 3. Cut the fantasy and see the facts. Are you truly in love with them or are you in love with the dream and their potential? Are you in love with the maybe if they change version? Maybe if they set a date? Maybe if they call me back? Be honest, ladies. Are you ignoring the red flags to keep a storyline going in your head? Are you truly afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone and putting yourself out there and pouring your love and energy into yourself to truly attract someone who is serious about you and shows up for you? Mini task for this point. Write a list of what's real, not what you wish was there. Step 4. Notice the return on emotional investment. If you've been loyal, patient, and giving, as well as loving, think about, have you received that back? Stop banking on history, sexual attraction, or chemistry. Start measuring value by behavior. And here's the mini task for this point. Ask yourself, what would I say to my best friend if they were in this situation? If it doesn't align with your own values, if you would recommend your friend to leave that guy alone, then you already know what you might need to do. And last but not least, step 5. Choose reality and reclaim your power as the divine feminine. Healing starts when you stop begging, chasing, and desiring someone else's love, and you begin to pour that energy into yourself. Block them, mute them, do whatever you need to do. Write a goodbye letter or text that you don't send. Protect your energy like it's your future, because it is. So now we're going to go into the call of action for this video. This is going to be a Limerence breakthrough journal exercise. Write a letter to yourself titled, I desire more than almost. I desire someone who's sure about me and someone who shows up in the physical, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Then write a second letter to your future spouse, partner who actually puts in the work and shows up for you. Save both of these letters and go back to them whenever you're feeling weak or compromised. Hey ladies, now we're going to get into our affirmation for this video. I release anyone who does not choose me. I deserve mutual love, connection, and quality time. I deserve clarity in all aspects of my life, and I choose me every single time. Okay, ladies, I know that could have been a little bit of tough love or a little bit difficult to hear. Like I said, I'm always making videos from love, light, and a positive space, as well as experience, because like I said before, I have been this girl at times in my past. Sending you so much love and light and blessings, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you've ever dealt with something like this. I'll see you guys next time. God bless. Bye.